Hello and welcome back to 10-Minute English Lessons with Alex. This is episode number 37. In today's video, we are going to talk about abstract nouns. If you're not familiar with abstract nouns, don't worry. I will give you a definition of what they are, give you some examples, and at the very end, give you a short little quiz just to make sure you fully understand. If you do enjoy this video, I really do appreciate it if you give me a thumbs up. That way I know you're enjoying the English lessons. Without any further ado, let's get over to the classroom and start today's lesson. Okay guys, let's get started with today's lesson. Now, before we look at what an abstract noun is, I think it's better that we first look at what a normal noun, or sometimes called concrete noun. Now, I think most of us, when you first start learning English, the first things you learn are nouns and verbs. And just to double check and make sure you remember what a noun is a person, a place, and a thing. Now, a lot of times we call it a concrete noun because it's something hard, something you can touch, something you can see, something you can smell, something you can feel. So we call it a concrete noun. Let's take a look at what some concrete nouns look like. First, let's look at some examples for types of concrete nouns talking about a person. Girl, boy, doctor, pirate, criminal, mother, father. So these types of words we would call a noun or a concrete noun. How about when we're talking about a place? Home, city, school, kitchen, bedroom, hospital. Now these are nouns, or again, concrete nouns when you're talking about a place. And the last one, when you're talking about a thing, we have car, book, television, mobile phone, computer, pencil, watch. Now, I've said the word concrete noun many times, and this is something really important because when you study about abstract nouns, it's really important you understand about concrete nouns. So please keep in mind, a concrete noun is something you can touch, something you can feel, something you can smell, something you can see. This is really important to remember because abstract nouns are the opposite of a concrete noun. Let's take a look at the definition of an abstract noun. Now, it's really important to understand the word abstract. So if you look at a painting like this is an abstract painting and it's called Walk in the Garden. Now, abstract means that it's not something that's clear. It's more of a thought in your mind. It doesn't really look like a garden. It doesn't look like trees. It doesn't look like grass or a field. It's a very abstract painting. It's more something that you imagine in your mind. You have to use your imagination to see this Walk in the Garden painting. It's a very abstract image. Each person will have a different opinion, a different view when they look at this painting. Let's take a look at another painting of an abstract art. This one's called The Thinking Lady. Now, some people might look at this abstract art and think it's beautiful, it's lovely. Some people might look at this art and think maybe a child maybe drew it. But each individual will have maybe a different feeling or different emotion about this abstract art. This is really important to remember because abstract is different for everyone. Everyone will see something different. Now please remember that because now it's time to take a look at the definition of an abstract noun. So an abstract noun, it's a noun, but it's not something real. So an abstract noun, you can't touch it, you can't see it, you can't feel it, you can't hear it. It's more of an emotion. Now, when we talked about a concrete noun, that is different because if you have a car, you can see a car, you can touch a car, you can smell a car, you can hear a car. That is a concrete noun. But an abstract noun is the opposite. You can't feel it, you can't see it, you can't touch it, you can't smell it, you can't hear it. An abstract noun, it's a noun, but it's opposite of a concrete noun. Now, I want you to think about something. When I say emotions, this is something that's more of a feeling. So if I say happiness or anger, that's not really an emotion because you can't really see happiness. You can't see anger. You can see someone's face and you can maybe judge, or you can think maybe that person has happiness or that person has anger, but not every person will see the same thing because it is abstract. Maybe you see the lady sitting on the bench and you think anger, but maybe me, when I walk past the same lady, I don't see anger because it's very abstract. It's what you feel in your mind. Now, there are two types of abstract nouns I want to take a look at today. The first one is abstract nouns that look at concepts or ideas. Let me give you some examples. So government. Government is an idea. We know in our mind what we think they are doing, but we don't really see what they're doing. We can't feel what they're doing. We can't hear what they're doing. We can just imagine what the government is doing. So a word like government, a lot of people think, well, it is a noun, but it's an abstract noun because just like the paintings, it's more of an idea of what you think the person is doing or what the concept is actually doing. Let's take a look at another one. How about education? Again, education is an abstract noun because what exactly can you see? You can't see education. You can see people reading, you can see students writing, you can see students talking, but the idea, the concept of education is not something you can touch or something you can hear or something you can see. This is why we call it abstract noun. Let's take a look at another one. How about Christianity? Religion is also another type of abstract noun. If you think about Christianity or Islam or Buddhist, these are not something that you can see or touch or hear. It's more of an idea in your brain or a concept about something. So an ideal or a concept that you can't see, you can't touch, you can't hear, you can't feel, we call these abstract nouns. So that is the first important point to remember when thinking about abstract nouns. Is it an idea? Is it a concept? Because if it is, that is an abstract noun. And the second point is emotions. Now, we talked a little about this before. When you're thinking about an emotion like a woman on a bench and she has anger, or you think that she has anger, anger is not something you can see. It's something you think you know in your mind. Or if you look at this person and you think happiness or joy or evil or hope, these are not some things that you can see, but are things that you think you might know by looking at a person, and you're kind of judging these type of emotion. So when you're judging emotions, you might think of words like happiness or sadness or anger or surprise or disgust. These are all abstract nouns because it's something when you look at someone or look at something, you're judging in your mind that you think it's a certain way, but the next person who looks at the same thing might have a different opinion. And then the next person who looks at the same thing might have a different opinion. So the difference between the two, concrete nouns are something you can see, hear, touch, feel, or smell. Abstract nouns is more of a concept, an idea, more of an emotion. So not something that you can use your five senses to experience. Okay, are you ready for the quiz? So what I'm going to do is give you 9 sentences. You will see a word in bold yellow in the sentence, and I want you to tell me, is it a concrete noun or is it an abstract noun? At the end of the video, I will give you the answer to the questions. All right, the first one here. Billionaire Jeff Bezos is famous for his wealth. Number 2, next week, we're going on a vacation to Belgium. Number 3, when I grow up, I want to be a superhero. Number 4, they said he was possessed by a ghost. Number 5, the robot had many impressive abilities. Number 6, her blindness did not stop her from being successful. Number 7, I was attacked by a swarm of bees. Number 8, we heard shouting from next door. And number 9, the girl just wants attention from her parents. Okay, let's take a look at the answers to those questions. The first one, number 1, is abstract noun. Number 2, concrete noun. Number 3, concrete noun. Number 4, concrete noun. Number 5, abstract noun. Number 6, abstract noun. Number 7, concrete noun. Number 8, concrete noun. And number 9, abstract noun. Okay guys, how did you do on today's quiz? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. That way you let me know that you're enjoying the English lesson. And like always, if you have any questions or comments, put them down below. I do read all of the comments that you send in. And until next time I see you, aloha.